Welcome to Cat Chat, brought to you by Vangles alongside Bryce Burge. I'm Pete Francis, and the Wildcat football team was back at home this weekend versus Ferris State, so let's take you there.
Wildcats looking to snap a two-game skid with freshman Jacob Hicks making his first career start at quarterback for the injured Carter Kopak. We'll pick things up in the first quarter. Direct snap to Johnny Privatelli, and the Wildcats go up 6-0. After the failed extra point, Ferris comes right back with a 23-yard run from Tyler Thomas, and it's 7-6 Bulldogs. But here come the Cats, as Hicks hands it to Johnny Privatelli, who finds Dustin Branchow in the end zone, 13-7 NMU. To the second quarter, it's Ferris's turn as Tom Schneider connects with Aaron Ullman from 6 yards out to take a 14-13 lead. The Wildcats would respond as Rockne Belmonte hits a career-long 51-yard field goal, and the Cats head to the half up 16-14. After another Belmonte field goal to extend the lead to 19-14, Ferris fired back with a 35-yard touchdown pass to Mike Ryan, making it 20-19. The Bulldogs would miss the two-point conversion, and now with just over 4 minutes to play, Rockne Belmonte hits the game-winning field goal from 31 yards, and the Cats hold on 22-20 and move to 4-2 in the GLIAC.
All around, Bryce, it was a really solid performance by the team and one they can really build on.
For sure. I mean, you got a strong foundation with this win for the rest of the season. You look good on all sides of the ball, especially on the kick and punt coverage, and the offensive line is at the best game that they've had all season. One of the big performances in the offense to make up for Carter Kopak was John Privatelli, who had that big first drive basically all by himself, and then he had a passing touchdown too in the first quarter. And Belmonte, GLIAC Special Teams Player of the Week, went 3 for 3 with his field goals, including a career-long 51-yarder.
Yeah, Bryce, now there were a few Wildcats out with injuries. Can you give us an update on their statuses?
Yeah, the big one obviously was Carter Kopak, who's out for the season with an Achilles tendon tear. He had surgery last Thursday, and we wish him the best of luck. The ones that will be coming back, though, are Matt Ford. He injured his ankle in the Grand Valley game. He's day-to-day. Also, the big one on defense was Michelle and Tribble in the secondary. Those guys are just two hard-hitting secondary members. Every once in a while you need a week off because you get banged up too when you're laying on those hits. But the cool thing about having those people gone, the one good aspect of it is that you get to see how good the depth is on the defense. Zach Pearson, for example, led the team in tackles with 14. 11 of them were solo with 2 sacks. 4 were for a loss. Jacob Lehman, Morgan Stenz, and Cedric Douglas all had 5 tackles apiece. I don't think we've ever mentioned those guys on the show before, and it's great that you can see the progress and the depth that this defense has.
Yeah, definitely. Now the Cats are back at home again this weekend versus Indianapolis. How do you see this game going?
Well, being a Hoosier at heart, it's a little bit more emotionally invested for me, but this Greyhound team, they're 3rd in the GLIAC in total defense, and they like to force the pass. They've got a real unique situation on the offense, though, is they've got 3 quarterbacks that get playing time. Sims and Doyle, those are your 2 pocket passers, good guys, great throwing motions with both of them. Corsaro, he's kind of the Wildcat guy, very Tim Tebow-esque before he became the starting quarterback, so it should be an interesting game to see. I think the Wildcats are going to build on this process and win 23-13.
All right, let's hope so. Well, this past Tuesday, the men's basketball team held their tip-off luncheon, and the keynote speaker, the man who recruited Doug Lewis in college, Milwaukee Bucks general manager John Hammond.
The Peter White Lounge was packed for the men's basketball tip-off luncheon as NMU welcomed Milwaukee Bucks general manager John Hammond, and the NBA Executive of the Year was impressed with NMU.
There's a great spirit here on campus, and having a chance to sit with President Wong and his commitment to athletics and his commitment to winning, it always starts at the top. So I think that gives Doug a leg up, and then I love the facilities, absolutely beautiful facilities. I love walking around clean buildings, and the facilities are spotless, and players want to play in nice facilities, and I know the tradition here, and they've won here in the past, and I know they're hungry to get back to winning days, and I think they've got the right man to do the job.
Hammond thinks new coach Doug Lewis will bring a very disciplined approach to the team.
I'll never forget years ago when I was a young coach. I'll never forget Dean Smith. I heard him, the legendary North Carolina coach, speak, and he concluded his talk, and everybody was clapping for him, and he started to walk off stage and came back on. I'll never forget, he said, "Hey guys, just 2 more things. Discipline the hell out of them, and give your best player the ball." In other words, like, don't make coaching too hard. Give your best player the ball, but the important part was discipline them. And I know Doug will do that, and he's not going to do that by browbeating them. He's going to do that through organization and by bringing in quality people.
One thing that's for sure after Hammond's visit is there's a lot of buzz in Marquette about the team that calls itself Fast Break on the Lake.
It's been a busy week for the men's basketball team. On Thursday night, it was Midnight Madness, and the highlight, the slam dunk contest.
It was the first Midnight Madness ever at NMU, and new coach Doug Lewis and the team put on a show. Get things started with Mylan Murphy. Yeah, that's nice. How about freshman David Matura with the windmill? And Raymond McElroy taking it up a level. Now we've got the freshman, Spencer Tollefson, with the assist for Maturo, one-handed. But the show belonged to transfer DeAndre Taylor. Woo! Just nasty. And our Stanley Jefferson caught up with the dunk champ afterward.
Okay, DeAndre, it was one heck of a thunderous dunk. What made you want to come up with that kind of dunk tonight?
I think it's my teammates. You know, my teammates, they told me to try something. I just thought of something while I was sitting at half court, you know, just trying to have fun with the team, that's all.
So I guess you got to witness some of the dunks of the past at NBA All-Star games, like with the likes of Vince Carter and Nate Robinson. You got it.
Oh yeah. They're my favorite dunkers, you know. I just like to try anything that's new, you know. I don't really practice dunks all the time, so I just know how to jump, so I just try anything.
All right, we're off to a break, but stay tuned because next up, I'll be joined by NMU quarterback Jacob Hicks. Don't go anywhere.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference.
I just saved $44 on 3 of my family's medications with the MKS Prescription Saving Card.
Stop into your nearby Snyder Drug and start saving with the MKS Prescription Savings Plan.
This is John Hammond from the Milwaukee Bucks, and you're watching Cat Chat.
Welcome back. Joining me now is NMU quarterback Jacob Hicks. Jacob, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, big shoes to fill, making your first career start last Saturday, and you guys really put together a complete team effort.
Yep, we played well as a team together, and it was nice to get the win.
All right, you saw your first game action last week in front of 12,000 fans at Grand Valley. What was that experience like for you?
That was an intense experience. First time ever playing college football in front of 12,000 fans. I don't know if I'll ever get the same feelings that I had in that game, but it was exciting to get in, and at the time there wasn't really a whole lot of time to think about it. Just kind of had to go in and play.
Now, the team is running the spread offense this year. What's your comfort level in that?
I'm getting pretty comfortable with the offense. I really like it. The conceptual design is good, and our coach does a really good job teaching it, so he helps you become comfortable with it.
Yeah, how much has playing behind Carter helped you make the transition to being a starter?
Well, Carter's a great player and a great leader, so playing behind him and getting to watch how he handles himself on and off the field really goes a long way to help you understand how to deal with being the starting quarterback. So it was great to get to play behind him and watch how he carries himself.
Now, you came to NMU from Idaho. Can you tell us a little bit about the recruitment process and how you ended up at Northern?
Well, I sent my film out to Northern and some other schools and talked to them, and they asked me to come up here on a visit. So I came up here and met the coaching staff and saw the facilities and the school, and I just loved everything that I saw up here, so I decided that Marquette would be a great place to come and to play at Northern.
Okay, this Saturday, another home game versus Indianapolis. What will be the keys to a victory here?
Well, we're going to have another complete team effort like we had last week. We'll have to have a strong running game and strong defense, and we'll just have to play well together as a team.
All right, it's time for a little part of the segment or show we call 5 Random Questions. You ready?
Okay, I am.
All right, favorite thing about living in Marquette?
Just the people up here are so friendly. It's a nice change of pace from places I've lived in the past.
Okay, favorite pro football team?
I like the Colts, but that's because I like Peyton Manning. He's a great quarterback and fun to watch.
All right, favorite type of music?
I like everything, listen to everything. A lot more country music now that I'm up here than there has been in the past, but that's fine with me too.
If you could meet anyone in the world, who would you want to meet?
Peyton Manning.
Okay, and last but not least, funniest player on the team is?
Definitely Jared Buss. He's hilarious to be around.
All right, Jacob, thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right, that's NMU quarterback Jacob Hicks. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, Sean Kelly will join me to discuss the latest on the NMU hockey team. Stay tuned.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference.
I'm Ken Godfrey, Athletic Director, Northern Michigan University, and you're watching Cat Chat.
Welcome back. With me now is hockey analyst Sean Kelly. And Sean, the Wildcats traveled to Houghton last Tuesday, and unfortunately they let a late 2-goal lead go.
That's right, Pete. They went to Houghton in hopes of their first win of the season against their rival, the Michigan Tech Huskies, and unfortunately they came away with a 4-4 tie. They did blow a late two-goal lead in the third period, but a positive in the game is they were down 2-0 after a 5-minute major to Corey Canisto. Tech scored 2 power play goals, but the Cats battled back and took a 4-2 lead, but as I said, they couldn't hold it, and the final result was a 4-4 tie.
Yeah, Sean, one plus that can be taken from the game was Jared Carroll looked pretty good in his first extended action.
He did, and he got the kind of delayed start after a scorecard error by Walt Kyle to start the game, but Carroll came on, made 49 saves. He looked very sharp and kept the Cats in it. They looked very dominant 5-on-5, but Tech did score 4 power play goals. Not so much to the discredit the goaltender, but Northern needs to work on their penalty killing a little more, but Carroll did look very solid in that this past weekend.
All right, Sean, now that the team has a few games under its belt, which of the newcomers have really impressed you the most?
Well, I really like Wade Up. It was his first start of the year Tuesday night at Michigan Tech, and he's 6'5" without skates on, and he has a very long stick, and he can poke check the puck, and he kept a lot of the plays to the outside, which is what you want on the defense, especially with a young defense. Also, not so much a newcomer, junior Tyler Grahn. He had 3 second-period points at Michigan Tech to spur the 3-goal second period, and he's come on strong. He's been a great offensive player so far this year.
Now, Sean, the team travels to Oxford, Ohio for a series with Miami, and this series between the Wildcats and Redhawks has really been quite a rivalry the last couple of years.
That's right, Pete. The Wildcats have had success in Oxford, Ohio against the Redhawks as of late. They've won a few playoff series down there. They've knocked Miami around a little bit. It's going to be a really hard-fought series. It's not out of the question that the Cats can come away. The Redhawks are ranked 4th in the country currently. They're a great offensive power. They've been to the Frozen Four the last couple years. It's going to be a huge test for this Cats team early in the season. But if past seasons prove correct, they can win down there.
Yeah, hopefully they come up with some big road wins this weekend. All right, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the show. For Sean Kelly and the entire Cat Chat crew, I'm Pete Francis. Until next time, go Cats.